Okay, now this is critical path method. Critical path method is when you are solving a network diagram, a network problem, you have two methods. One is a deterministic method and the other one is a probabilistic method. The deterministic method we use critical path method. For probabilistic method we use something called as PERT method. PERT, okay, program evaluation review technique. So we are going to use critical path method. Basically I kind of combine those two methods and have a similar method only, but anyway, let's see. Here you have activities. These are preceding activities and the durations are given. They won't complicate this much, but anyway, we'll see how to do this. The first point is we have to draw the network diagram. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activities and the preceding activities are given. First, what I usually do is I identify the starting points and the ending points. Here if you notice, there are two starting points. A and B are the starting points. Okay, starting activities. And the ending activity is, if you notice here, you have till F here, but you have A, B, C, D, E. So F is the ending node. So I'm going to circle F, ending node, and I'm going to put a box. This is for people who are starting with diagrams, because always this gives you a headache when you're drawing a diagram, right? So starting nodes are 2 because there is no preceding activity, dash dash. So we have 2 starting, and here A, B, C, D, E we have, F you don't have, therefore F is the ending activity. Okay, we start. So from node 1 I have 2 activities that are leaving. That is A and B. So I number accordingly. Okay. Now from A you have C, from A you have C, and from B you have D. But C and D together will give you E. Therefore, I am going to, from A you have C and from B you have D. These two combined together will give you E. And from E you have F. So this is a very simple diagram. So you have C preceded by A, yes, before C A is there, before D B is there, and before E C and D are there, and F is preceded by E. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to fill in the duration. For A it is 5, for B it is 10, for C it is 14, for D it is 3, for E it is 6, and F it is 3. So when you are solving this particular problem, you have to draw 3 boxes. If it is just network, don't bother about the boxes. If it is full network problem solving, you go in for these 3 boxes. Okay. Now, usually what they do is they fill in these tables and then write this, but we will do it directly because this we'll again use in PERT. That's what I said. I'll be like kind of mixing up the two methods. We are going to use this similar method in PERT. So we'll start here itself. For the node 1, we are not bothered about the activities. Just leave them. You are bothered about the node. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I'm going to move based on the numbers. So first number 1 starts with 0. Now I move to number 2. Number 2, the arrow is coming from 1. That means 0 plus 5 is, it takes 5 days to get to number 2. So wherever the arrow comes from, that starting point is 0. 0 plus the activity time is 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. We move on to the third node. Here you have, this arrow comes from 1 again. Again you have starting point 0 plus 10, you have 10. Okay. Now note 4, if you notice there are two arrows here. There are two arrows. One is coming from here 2. That is starting is 5. 5 plus 14 you have as 20. I'll just write it here 20. Keep it. Here you have this arrow comes from 3. The starting point is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. These are two values. The maximum of these two values is 20. That is the value. This again I'll repeat. The two arrows come from 2 and 3. For 2 the starting point is 5. 5 plus 19. So this becomes 19. How silly we make a mistake, right? So this is 19. And here the starting point is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. So the maximum of these two is the value here, 19. And here for E, for 5, the node comes from 4. 19 plus 6 is 25. For 6, the arrow comes from 5. 25 plus 3, 28. So this is how you write the boxes, you fill the boxes. Now we are going to return 28. 28, I'm going to come to 5. From 6 I'm coming to 5. So 28 minus 3 is 25. From 5 I'm coming back to 4. The arrow comes back. So 25 minus 6 is 19. Now I come to 3. From 4 I'm coming to 3. Very simple. So 19 minus 3 is 16. From 4 I'm coming to 2. Here 19 minus 14 is 5. In the last one, I have two arrows coming back from 3 and 2. If I take 3, 16 minus 10, I will get 6. And from 5 minus 5, I will get 0. Minimum of these two is 0. So I have finished these. Now if you notice, there is 0, 0, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 19, 19. 19, 19, 25, 25. 25, 25, 28, 28. So this is called as a critical path. Okay. So I have my critical path is 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. And my project duration is 28 days. So this is my first step of the answer. Now we'll move on to the third step. Right, this is my, not the third step, but the second step. I'm going to do the second step. Second step is to find this value, this third box. The third box is called the slack box. The slack box is nothing but L minus E. So here this is L and this is E. Latest time, earliest time. Slack is L minus E. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5, 0. 16 minus 10, 6. 19 minus 19, 0. 25, 25, 0. 28, 28, 0. If you notice, the critical path, the nodes in the critical path have slack 0. and this which is not in the critical path, this node has got a value of 6 as slack. Okay, so now we have found slack. Now I'm going to fill in the diagram table. This table has got 9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a pair. 3, 4 is a pair. 5, 6 a pair. 7, 8, 9. Okay. The first is activity. Second is time, which is already there. So from here the activities are A, B, C, D, F, E, F. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the nodes for A. Node for A is 1 to 2. And the time is 5. Node for B is 1 to 3 and the time is 10. Node for C is 2 to 4, time 14. Node for D is 3 to 4, time 3. For E it is 4 to 5 and the time is 6. And for the last one F it is 5 to 6, time 3. Okay. So now I have my table. These are given in the question itself. Now we are going to start with EST, earliest start time, and earliest finish time. This is equal to EST plus time. Okay. So we are going to find early start time, and then using this we are going to finish the time. So here this is for I and this is for J. I put IJ, 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 IJ. So this is for node 1. For every node always, you can leave the diagram, you can look at only this. For node 1 it is always going to be 0. Here also you have a node 1, put 0. Simple. Starting is always easy. So 0 EST plus time 5. 0 plus time 10. This is done. Now we come to the third one. The node is 3. Now I don't have a 2. So if I am going to look at the finished part, this is finished. This is finished. And I am going to see here, I have a 2 here. That is, this is equivalent to 2. J is 2. So this value I am going to use 5. There is only 1. So I have no choice. I have to use only 5. And for 2 I am putting 5. So 5 plus 14, I am getting 19. This is done. Over. The next one is 3. 3, I have it here. Value is 10. So the value I am using. 10 plus 3, 13. Now the next one, 4. I have 2 values, corresponding values. This is also 4. This is also 4. This is 3. 4 and 4. The maximum value is 19. Out of these two, I am taking 19. 19 plus 6, 25. This is a value for 5, and therefore I am directly writing this and 28. So it's very simple. There is only one 6 here, and this is my 6th value. If I had multiple, I have again choice, but here there is only one. So my EST and EFT are done. Now I am going to draw the next one, LFT and LST. Here this is ulta, so LFT minus T. So I am going to find this one and then I am going to calculate this one. Okay, so we will start with the last node. This is for J and this is for I as usual. Okay, so we will use that philosophy itself here also. J, that is 6. You have only one value, 28. After you use this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use I have a scale here somewhere. Hold on, I'll find a scale. It's always confusing. So what we do is we close off those two columns. I close off because I don't need them. only till I write the first value, that is the last node, 6. You have a value here which you are going to use again. So I only take that value and close the rest. I don't want the other values to confuse me. So I am closing it. So I have 28. Now I have LFT. So 28 minus 3 is 25. This is for 5. This is for 5. So here you have 5. I'm going to use only one value. This is only one value. So I'm using this 25. Okay. Let me cover this nicely. 25 minus 6. I have 19. This is for 4. So this 4 I am using here because I have a 4 here. There are two 4s. 4, 4. So I am using 19. 19. So 19 minus 3 is 16. 19 minus 14 is 5. So this is for 3. This is for 2. So for 3 the value is 16. For 2 the value is 5. 16, 3, 2. So I've just placed them. 16 minus 10 is 6. 5 minus 5 is 0. So done. So if you notice here you have again 1 and 1. I am going to take the minimum of these two, and if you notice these are the values that are here actually. So here critical path 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 5, 1 and 2 are critical. These are not same. 5, 19, 5, 19 critical path. 19, 25, 19, 25 critical path. 25, 28, 25, 28 critical path. So you have critical path. Okay, now that we have got the critical path and everything, we are going to now find the 3 floats. You have 3 floats: total float, free float and independent float. We'll start with total float. Total float is nothing but LFT minus EFT. You can subtract the finish times or the start times. Whichever you feel comfortable, you do that. Both will give you the same answer. So we're going to start with the first one, LFT minus EFT. 5 minus 5, 0. 16 minus 10, 6. 19, 19, 0. 19 minus 13, 6. 25, 25, 0. 28, 28, 0. If you notice, wherever there is a critical path, the value is 0. For the critical path, the value of the total float, free float and independent float will be 0. So there is no doubt about it. Okay, it's going to be 0. So I have got my total float, which is LFT minus EFT or LST minus ES. Anything you do will be fine. The finish or the start time, you subtract and you write TF. Now we are going to see free float. Free float is TF minus jth slack. Okay, now this is a bit confusing, but it is actually very easy now. We'll see TF we have. What is jth slack? I already said I, J, ith activity, I activity, J activity. I is 1, J is 2. I is 1, J is 3. I is 2, J is 4. So for everything you have to look at the slack of 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 and 6. The slack is the third box that we have already allocated. So it is already done. So here TF is 0 minus, I'll write it here, 0 minus slack of 2. Slack of 2. Activity 2, node 2, which is equal to activity node 2 slack is 0. So 0 minus 0, 0. Now here TF is 6 minus third node's slack, that is 6. 6 minus 6, 0. The next one is 0 minus fourth activity is slack 0. 0 minus 0, 0. Okay. And the next one is 6 minus fourth activity is slack 6 minus 0, 6. Next is 0 minus fifth activity is slack 0 minus 0, 0. 0, sixth activity slack is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. Again, if you notice, for the critical path, the value is 0. It is 0. For the critical path, it will always be 0. The last one is IF. IF is FF minus, equal to minus ith slack. So slack of I activity I. So here you have FF 0 minus slack of 1. Slack of 1 is 0. 0 minus 0, 0. Again 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 2, that is 0. Activity 2 is 0, 0. 6 minus activity 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. 4. The slack is 0, 5 the slack is 0, 0 minus 4 slack is 0, 0 minus 0, 0. So this is my 3 floats, TF, FF, IF. So I have my 3 floats. So with this, again you can notice for the critical path, this value is going to be 0 always. So here you have a complete problem. This is a 15-mark question or a 5-mark question, 7-mark question, depends on the handling. This is a complete question. Critical path method.